Today I wanted to talk a little bit about my racks that I made for my Traeger. I'm getting several emails and questions on them, where I got them, how I made them, and whatnot. What I did is I went to Home Depot and I bought their replacement racks for the Charbroil grill. They measure 26.5 inches long by 15 inches wide, and then I bent my legs so it'd be 5 inches tall. The reason for this is because the Traeger's, cylinder shaped, and it gets narrower as you get taller in there, so you can't go the same size rack that you already have in your Traeger. What I did is just bought some steel rod, bent the leg in front, and then kind of weaved it through the rack. Then in the back here I attached it in two spots there, and also here. What this does is it prevents the legs from just pivoting on the rack. Then on this one I also added another center rod that I happen to have laying around in the garage. Happened to be the right length, so I thought I would use it. It's not really necessary, I don't think it needs the extra support, but since I had it I thought I'd put it on there. And it works really well. The reason why I want to do an elevated rack is because I like to put water dishes down below, right on the two hot spots of the Traeger, left and to the right of the fire pot. With the idea that this does, it adds moisture. Not only do you need to have smoke, but you also need to have moisture. A nice moist smoke heat is the best way to go. It kind of depends on what you're smoking though too. But it works really well. I'll put onions, seasonings, and other things in the water just to add a little extra flavor. One of the other racks I did is I make smoked brats, kielbasa, Landjägers, wieners and stuff. Then I'll just hang the links across on their casing, so I won't cut the links apart. I'll just leave them all in one casing yet and twist them together, and then I'll drape them across the rack like this, the links going back and forth. And this, I believe, is like 8 inches tall, which is plenty long for a nice sized brat. Of course I don't make them 8 inches, but the other rack that I made was this one here. I wanted some adjustability, so I bought two more of the 26.5 by 15 racks, and then I bought the smaller version here, which I just kind of cut apart for my adjustability. What I did in two is ran some steel rod through it. In the very center I went the rod on top of the rack just to give it some extra support. Then on one side of your rod leave longer than the other side, with the idea is that you take your short side out first and then you pull out the long side. So when you put it on there, you put the long side in first, go ahead and put your short side in, slide it, and I'll give you some room for adjustability. Came up with this rack because I do 5 pounds worth of beef sticks, and it gets tough to get 5 pounds of beef sticks on that other rack with room in between them so they get a good smoke on it. This rack I haven't used yet, but I think it's going to work out just fine. If I was to do it over again, I'd bend these towards the center, and then this leg I'd bend out to the back, because that is where most of your weight is. But I didn't want to try rebending these. I thought they would break, so that's kind of what I did there. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Traeger pellets. I'm kind of unhappy with the Traeger pellets. I've been talking with a lot of people and they say that they're mostly filler, either oak or alder. So I found these guys that are about 30 miles from my house. They sell a 40-pound bag for 25 bucks, and they do say that they are 100% natural. So if it's hickory, it's 100% hickory. And you can actually see the difference in these pellets between the hickory, cherry, maple, and things like that. So I know they're a good product and they really make a difference. And they're a lot cheaper, The other shortcoming of the Traeger that I found is their hopper design. It has the two flat spots, which after running your Traeger, which I've done before 15-16 hours, the pellets will get caught in here and your auger will run dry of pellets. That's the whole beauty of the Traeger is you set your temp and you forget it. But if your pellets don't continue to fall in your hopper, what good is it? So I came up with this piece of tin here, just a piece of galvanized tin that I bought at Home Depot. Made a cardboard template first, with the idea that this just sits straight down on the inside there, eliminating those two flat spots. I still have a flat spot here and there, which pellets will get caught on, but not nearly to the extent of what it does with their original design. I'm really happy with this. This really takes the worry out. And of course you can't get as many pellets in here now, but I could still fill this thing up and run it on smoke for, I don't know, 15-16 hours, no problem. So I don't worry about that. But those are some of the things that I made to make my Traeger a little more user-friendly to me. And I thought I'd pass this along since I have been getting several questions on it. But if you have any more questions, just give me an email. I'm hoping this video, it was kind of hard, you know, once you bent it to weave it through there. You know, sometimes I'd bend and mark and, you know, pull it apart and try to weave it back through there again, because it's easier to bend when it's not in the rack, so you can get it in your vise and pound it with your hammer. But, you know, with a little practice and a little bit of, you know, screwing around, I'm sure you'll be able to do it too. But I'm really happy with this rack. This rack really works out well. This is the second one that I made. I made a smaller one at first. I didn't realize I can get this big a rack on there, so I went back and made a new one. Really happy with it. It works really well. Like I said again, it's 26.5 inches by 15 inches wide. I got it at the Home Depot, and my legs are 5 inches tall. Works out well. Hope everybody enjoys the video, and I hope it was a little bit informative and answers some of your questions. And I always continue to watch for more videos coming. I'll probably do some videos of bacon and some cottage bacon. I've done hams, beef sticks, smoked brats, and things like that in the Traeger. Just super happy with the Traeger. Works really well. Tonight, as a matter of fact, I'll be doing another batch of beef jerky, and I got 4 pounds of meat ready to go. And now with this new rack, I can get all 4 pounds. If you watch my other video, I had some jerky down below. But on this new rack, I should be able to get all 4 pounds in the top. No problem at all. But just stay tuned and be ready for some more videos. Once again, these are the pellets. Give them a call. Thanks. And I don't work for these guys here either. I just so happy to find a pellet that tastes really good. Heck, last time I was there, I bought 6 bags, 25 bucks a bag. So I'm ready to go. Thanks, and stay tuned.